Chapter 2291, so angry that he wanted to kill someone. Did they really think that she was a 3-year-old? How would she fall for such tricks? Miaojing remembered it in her heart who had treated her like a silly old woman and wanted to scheme against her. She even had a small book to record the names of these people. If these people dared to create trouble in front of her, she would dare to get her son to create trouble back. The son will pay for the father's sin. For the good things that the parents have done, their son should be the one to pay the price. Based on the Zai family's situation, it was easy to teach others a lesson. Who didn't have children or juniors in their families? They interfered in Qiaonan's and Wang Yang's matters so that they could sell Wang Yang a favor and lay a good foundation for their children in the future. Who would have expected that the Zai family was so overbearing? They didn't do anything but persuade the Zai family to see if there was any room for negotiation. The Zai family wasn't lacking this. Even if they didn't have these things, their status wouldn't be affected. The problem was that these things belonged to the Zhu family, after all. The Zai family was unrelated to the Zhu family. If the Zai family really took these things, their reputation would drop. Even if it was for reputation, the Zai family could sell Wang Yang a favor. If they saw each other again, Wang Yang would have owed the Zai family a huge favor. If they needed Wang Yang for anything in the future, could he refuse? Everyone felt that to the Zai family, this was like having something good fall into their laps. If they didn't have everything from the Zhu family, it wasn't a loss. It wasn't a big deal to persuade them, and this shouldn't be a problem as well. It was when the problem happened that these people stopped deceiving themselves and others. Indeed, the Zai family didn't have a close relationship with the Zhu family. They didn't interact much either. However, no matter what, this was the Zai family's matter. They didn't need outsiders to blindly kick up a fuss and worry about it. If they were so thoughtful, they should worry more about their own children. If there were such elders in the family, it might not be good for the younger generations at times. After getting a lesson, these people couldn't help but become obedient. After all, this lesson was a bloody one and there wasn't any room for regrets. When everyone saw Miaojing again, they became more polite. Before this, everyone felt that Miaojing was too soft-hearted to have treated Qiaonan, a daughter-in-law from the countryside who didn't have much knowledge, as her treasure. Perhaps this daughter-in-law might even climb onto Miaojing's head and act as a tyrant behind everyone's back. After this incident, nobody dared to have such naive thoughts or misunderstand that Miaojing was soft-hearted. The Zai family was different. Even if Miaojing was old, when she really became angry and flared up, it wasn't something they, ordinary people, could bear. Zai Sheng came back this time around to specifically help Qiaonan handle the Zhu family's inheritance. Qiao Zijin offended Ding Jiyi because of the 5 million yuan that Wang Yang promised. After calling Qiaonan, Qiao Zijin realized that there seemed to be some artifice regarding Chen Jun's appearance back then. Qiao Zijin became triggered and flared up. She wasn't scaring Wang Yang when she said that she was going to buy a ticket back to Pingcheng. Qiaonan was already Zai Sheng's wife now. Chen Jun used to bully Qiaonan. Qiao Zijin was always worried that if Zai Sheng was free, he would create trouble for Chen Jun so that he wouldn't lead a good life. Of course, the person she was really worried about wasn't Chen Jun. She was afraid that if Chen Jun was unlucky and ran into trouble, he would implicate Chen Feng, her son, causing him to end up with nothing. Thankfully, after Qiaonan married Zai Sheng for a few days, Zai Sheng brought Qiaonan to the capital and didn't mention much about Chen Jun. Qiao Zijin thought that this matter was over. Who knew that at this time, Qiao Zijin heard such a shocking piece of insider news. This made her angry and resentful. Was Chen Jun crazy? She thought that Chen Jun was sincere toward Qiaonan. Who knew that there was only that much to it? In the face of the truth, Qiao Zijin felt relieved, but more of it was anger. She felt that she was also a victim of this incident. When she thought of how Wang Yang was involved in this matter as well, she couldn't help but want to take a knife and hack Wang Yang to death at her angriest moments. Wang Yang was observing the Zai families and Qiao Nan's situation while Li Yan was helping Wang Yang pay more attention to Qiao Zijin's development. After checking that Qiao Zijin had really used her identity card to buy a train ticket back to Pingcheng the next day, Li Yan panicked. "Dear, Qiao Zijin really bought a train ticket for tomorrow. What should we do?" She couldn't see Qiao Nan at all now. If she called Qiao Nan, it was either she rejected the call or she replied to her via a short message that she was very busy recently with the lawsuit. As such, if there was anything, they could keep in contact again after her lawsuit ended. When Qiao Nan brought out this attitude, there was nothing Li Yan could do. Li Yan couldn't possibly run to Qiao Nan and tell her crazily, "Qiao Nan, I'm Wang Yang's wife. The Wang Yang that you're currently fighting a lawsuit against. We're lacking money, so don't continue this lawsuit anymore. Return the Zhu family's money to me and Wang Yang." Even if Li Yan had such wishful thinking, she simply couldn't bring herself to say such stupid words. Which fool in this world would really agree to this after listening to such words? If Qiao Nan was so easy to deal with, would she and Wang Yang have to worry for several nights until they couldn't sleep well? Since she couldn't do much now, Qiao Zijin became Li Yan's only hope. When she checked that Qiao Zijin really bought a train ticket back to Pingcheng the next day, Li Yan felt that she was going insane. She was going insane because of the sisters, Qiao Zijin and Qiao Nan. How could there be such annoying people in this world? They weren't willing to do even one thing that could make others happy. Did she really owe these two people? She really bought it. The lawsuit had not started yet. It was either the helpers he had found with difficulty didn't have any ideas or they wanted to retreat before the battle started, just like Qiao Zijin. He knew that his chances of winning this lawsuit weren't high. He had used his youth to kill Zhu Qinqi. He couldn't possibly use the same method again and use his youth to kill Zai Sheng and Qiao Nan so that he could get everything he wanted. Wang Yang didn't want to go to court more than anyone else. He couldn't wait for the opening of this lawsuit to be delayed indefinitely. Who knew that the delay was for only 2 or 3 months? They would still be going to court. Chapter 2292, Just answer whatever I've asked. Dear, what should we do now? The lawsuit is going to start the day after tomorrow. Qiao Zijin's returning the next day. Li Yan was so worried that she was losing hair. She felt that if this matter continued, she wouldn't be able to keep her long hair anymore. Li Yan was worried about Qiao Zijin leaving halfway and was even more worried about the day after tomorrow. Li Yan felt that if the court was too efficient, they might even be able to obtain a result from this lawsuit the day after tomorrow. In the end, everything in the Zhu family would belong to Qiao Nan. If such a situation really happened, her father-in-law would hate her to death and insist on chasing her out of the Wang family. Wang Yang gritted his teeth. Don't be anxious. We can't be anxious. If there's a need to, I'll meet Qiao Zijin later today. I'll take a look at her attitude. I don't think she can let go of the 5 million yuan so freely. It was precisely because Qiao Zijin married Chen Jun that Wang Yang knew clearly that Qiao Zijin could do anything shameless for the sake of money and a better life. She had no world views and bottom line to speak of. Would such a person suddenly understand what righteousness, honesty and the sense of shame were, and want face instead of 5 million yuan? Wang Yang smiled and said that even if the earth was going to be destroyed, there would never be a day where Qiao Zijin would become good. A person forgets about the evils of the world and thinks only of good things nearing death. However, this sentence would never apply to Qiao Zijin. Dear, what if Qiao Zijin just wants to raise the price? What will you do? At this time, Li Yan only felt that their Wang family had no way out. They could only continue if they made Qiao Zijin stay. Even if they knew that Qiao Zijin's so-called letting go and leaving was only so that she could ask for the sky, they could only become meat on the chopping board and let Qiao Zijin raise the price. After all, compared to the Zhu family's inheritance, Qiao Zijin's raising of price would be limited. Wang Yang sighed. How would Wang Yang not understand what Li Yayan could? As long as she isn't too overboard and only asks for double the price at most, it's not impossible. However, this is the most I can give her. If not for Qiao Zijin being the only person he could possibly rely on, Wang Yang wouldn't have been willing to spend so much money on her. Based on the shameless things that Qiao Zijin had done before, one knew that it would be very difficult for Qiao Nan to be moved by Qiao Zijin. In Qiao Nan's heart, Qiao Zijin's image might not be any better than his. He knew that the possibility of Qiao Zijin's success wasn't high. As such, even if he offered a high price, it was impossible for Qiao Zijin to take it unless she showed some real skills. Compared to the Zhu family's inheritance, 10 million yuan was nothing. It wasn't that he wasn't willing to fork out more rewards to tempt Qiao Zijin such that she would be desperate enough to go all out and make sure Qiao Nan agreed. It was that not only did he need to spend money to bribe Qiao Zijin, but he also had to give Qiao Nan enough benefits such that she would be willing to give up everything in the Zhu family. Qiao Zijin wasn't important. The headache was giving Qiao Nan money. The couple had no other choice. Even if Wang Yang didn't bother to have dealings with nobodies like Qiao Zijin, he still went to find her. Before Qiao Zijin left the capital, he was going to talk things out with her and make sure that she didn't quit at this time. Oh, it's so difficult to see you. Didn't you refuse to answer my call before? You're asking me out now. It shouldn't be just because you want to treat me to a cup of coffee, right? This was such an expensive coffee. If she had to fork out money on her own, Qiao Zijin would definitely not have come over. Even if she was feeling extravagant, there should be a limit to it. Indeed, Qiao Zijin was happy that Wang Yang changed his previous arrogant attitude and came over to find her eagerly. At the same time, she was very angry. There was an unspeakable affair between Wang Yang and Chen Jun. Otherwise, based on Wang Yang's identity, would he have to bow down to a divorced woman like her? He had insisted on 5 million yuan initially. She was very curious. Now that Wang Yang came to find her again today, what other amount would he be offering? Wang Yang wasn't used to seeing Qiao Zijin's smug look. It was a pity that he was begging her now, not the other way around. Wang Yang covered his gaze with his hand. A straightforward person doesn't resort to insinuations. You should know why I came here to find you today. Tell me your price. Before you do, let me remind you. It's not easy to resolve this matter. Even if Qiao Nan agreed to reconciliation, I would have to fork out a lot of money on Qiao Nan alone. If you become too greedy, you can treat it as if I'm asking you out today just to treat you to a cup of coffee. He needed Qiao Zijin's help. However, he was definitely not going to let a woman like Qiao Zijin control him. He, Wang Yang, was not someone that Qiao Zijin could threaten over and over again. There wasn't a need for him to bow down to Qiao Zijin and compromise all the time either. After drinking a sip of expensive coffee, Qiao Zijin smiled. I've already listened to such words once back when you asked me out for coffee. My memory isn't good, but it's not that bad either, so you don't have to remind me again. I understand clearly what you mean. You want to give Qiao Nan enough benefits. You will agree if I want a higher price, but there should be a limit to this, right? Yes. This time, Qiao Zijin's understanding didn't deviate. Tell me your price. Before that, let me ask you a question. I hope you can answer me honestly. Regarding Chen Jun. Aside from Qiao Nan and the Zhu family's inheritance, there shouldn't be any other conversations between him and Qiao Zijin. Wang Yang didn't forget how sensitive the topic was on the last call. As he looked at Qiao Zijin's persistence again now, Wang Yang understood vaguely. In reality, it doesn't matter if you know about this matter or not. It has no impact on the overall situation. Based on your situation, you don't have to know so much either, right? Qiao Zijin was the one who snatched Chen Jun away from Qiao Nan's hands. Whether Chen Jun was really sincere toward Qiao Nan or not, the person who should be concerned should be Qiao Nan. Why did Qiao Zijin want to know so much? You just have to answer my question. It's my matter if I need to know or not. Since I've already asked, you have to answer. We can only continue the conversation if you answer me. Otherwise, I'll leave now. Qiao Zijin's tone was a little harsh. Wang Yang looked down on her. He mocked her for snatching Chen Jun away from Qiao Nan. Wang Yang also looked at her as if she was a prostitute. Qiao Zijin wasn't dead. She could feel it. Chapter 2293, Unable to hold it in. So what if she had snatched someone from her sister? In the past, she had occasionally thought that it had been wrong of her to have done that. But ever since she learned that Chen Jun's appearance had been arranged by Wang Yang, Qiao Zijin no longer felt that way. If not for Wang Yang, she would never have gotten to know Chen Jun. In that case, how would she ever have done such a thing that had ruined her sisterly relationship with Qiao Nan? In fact, she might very well have gotten married to an ordinary man, and Qiao Nan would still have met Zai Sheng at the right time. If Chen Jun had never appeared, she would probably have shared a close relationship with Qiao Nan with her mom's help. With a sister like Qiao Nan, would she even need to rely on men? It would be good enough if her family didn't cling to her. In that case, it was clearly Wang Yang who had ruined her life, which should have been smooth sailing to begin with. Wang Yang was not the god of fortune that sent her free money. Quite on the contrary, he was her enemy who had ruined her life. Although Wang Yang was displeased by Qiao Zijin, he could only hold it in for the time being. Yes, it's true that Chen Jun had his own ulterior motive behind dating Qiao Nan. I was the one who arranged for Chen Jun to meet Qiao Nan and for him to chase her. That was why they had got into a relationship. But so many years had passed since that incident. Wang Yang no longer wanted to mention it. His playing piece, Chen Jun, had become his greatest obstacle years later. Who would have known that it was exactly this move that had caused him to fall into a situation he had no way of getting himself out of? Because of that, Wang Yang wasn't even sure whether it had been a good move getting Chen Jun to chase Qiao Nan. Wang Yang could understand Qiao Nan's feelings toward him, but there was no way he was going to let Qiao Zijin treat him as though he owed her something. So, Qiao Zijin, you should understand that you'd never have gotten the chance to be a commissioner's wife if not for me. The person who should hate him because of Chen Jun's situation was Qiao Nan. What did Qiao Zijin have to do with this? He, Qiao Zijin thought that it was ridiculous Wang Yang dared to say this, and he was even waiting for her to thank him. Is that so? Are you saying that you're my benefactor and matchmaker? Should I thank you for that marriage I had? That was nothing. I helped you in the past, but now that I'm in trouble, I'm not expecting you to help me for free. We'll both benefit from this. I'm sure you can still do something about Qiao Nan. I'll pay you if you succeed. Then, we'll never have to cross paths ever again. Wang Yang never wanted to remember this period of time when he had been so powerless and helpless. Qiao Zijin straightened her hair. She had done her fair share of shameless things, but she had always been the shameless one. Now that she had suddenly been on the receiving end, Qiao Zijin realized how much she disliked it. Wang Yang. You have a wife, right? Didn't you ask your wife how normal women would feel about this situation? I'm sorry, Wang Yang. Your words only proved that you're indeed a man. I love money, but money will never compare to my family. Don't you know that everyone has their limits? Did you really think that I'd give everything up for the sake of money? What I can afford to let go of are others. But now, you're asking me to take the plunge myself. Her parents, and even Chen Jun, were in no way more important than money. But she was. Did Wang Yang really not know about that? If so, he was truly a fool. If she sold herself for that sum of money, who would that money be for? If she had been so selfish, would she have gotten into such a fight with her family in the first place? Having been lectured by Qiao Zijin, Wang Yang's expression darkened. What do you mean? Did you agree to meet me just to get that answer? Are you not intending on asking me for a higher price? When had Qiao Zijin grown so disdainful toward money? Qiao Zijin gulped her coffee down. If Chen Jun had a relationship with Wang Yang, she would drink much more than just 2 cups of coffee. Even if she drank 200 cups of coffee, Wang Yang owed it all to her. Yes, I have no intention of asking you for more money. I just wanted to clarify the relationship between you and Chen Jun. All right, I think I've gotten a clear picture now. Qiao Nan told me that it'll be difficult for your lawyers to win this lawsuit. But that's true. If you weren't going to lose for sure, you wouldn't have offered me 5 million yuan. 5 million yuan is really not easy to earn. I've spent almost all of the money you gave me previously. I'm not going to put myself at a disadvantage. Let's stay in our own lanes from now on. Chen Jun's background is not bad, but he's too much of a bast *rd. Not only did he betray Qiao Nan but also me. He's practically our enemy. Wang Yang, congratulations. I'm in no position to lecture you, but at the very least, Qiao Nan is. Wang Yang, your retribution is here. Which woman would allow her husband to betray her? And which woman would be able to act as though nothing had happened despite knowing that her husband had affairs with multiple mistresses behind her back? If Qiao Zijin had been so tolerant, she would never have resorted to such a lowly and underhanded method of having her own affair to get back at Chen Jun. Qiao Zijin had a bad temper. There was no way she could hold it in when it came to this matter. Qiao Zijin viewed money as her whole life. Even so, she had done something as dangerous as cheating on Chen Jun. Even Qiao Nan would never understand, much less personally experience, the pain and sufferings she had gone through during that period. Had Qiao Zijin really not known that her method of revenge would eventually cost her her marriage to Chen Jun? No, Qiao Zijin had known about it. Even so, she had done it. That meant that she would much rather give up her life in the Chen family just to let Chen Jun have a taste of his own medicine. As such, Qiao Zijin clearly told Wang Yang that she was willing to give up anyone in her pursuit of a better life, but she was never going to give up herself. After getting married to Chen Jun and giving birth to Chen Feng, Qiao Zijin had always wondered why Chen Jun had been so easily seduced. After all, Chen Jun had always seemed to have true feelings for Qiao Nan. Chapter 2294, How much do you want? With such a premise, why had Chen Jun been willing to break up with Qiao Nan to marry her so that Chen Feng could be born? If that was what he had chosen, shouldn't he have cherished their marriage? If Chen Jun had treated her well, it would have been taking responsibility for and coaxing Qiao Nan. She was Qiao Nan's elder sister, after all. Chen Jun had betrayed both Qiao Nan and her. Was Chen Jun really not afraid that Qiao Nan would make him her enemy after she found out about all these things? If not for Qiao Nan, who would act as a guarantee for her happiness after marriage, Qiao Zijin would never have been so bold as to make use of Ding Ji to force Qiao Nan to back out because of her pregnancy. Today, Qiao Zijin had finally gotten the answers to all her questions. Even though Chen Jun had indeed loved Qiao Nan, his intentions had not been entirely pure in the beginning. No wonder he wasn't even afraid of betraying her after having betrayed her sister. What do you mean? Wang Yang couldn't help but grab onto Qiao Zijin's arm. You're leaving just like that after saying such ridiculous things? Do you not want the 5 million yuan anymore? I already said that you can propose a fair price. Raising my price? Are you giving me 6 million, 7 million, or 10 million? Oh, it seems like you're prepared to give me 10 million. It's true that your highest price isn't exactly low, and it was my best price. Unfortunately, I don't want it anymore. Qiao Zijin was puffing herself up at her own cost by saying those words. It was 10 million yuan. Of course, Qiao Zijin had been tempted. But she had tried several times, and not even once had she succeeded in persuading Qiao Nan to change her mind. Knowing that Wang Yang's chances of winning the lawsuit were incredibly slim, Qiao Zijin dared not be too confident in herself about settling the matter and earning that huge sum of money. In reality, Qiao Zijin had already used up everything she knew. Since none of that had worked, she had no choice but to give up. Now, Qiao Zijin had even found out that Wang Yang had been involved in her failed marriage. She had agreed to meet Wang Yang just to confirm that. The result of the meeting wasn't exactly ideal for Qiao Zijin, but at the very least, she had finally satisfied her curiosity. It wasn't that Jiao Nan hadn't been charming enough or that she had planned something wrongly. The biggest problems were Wang Yang and Chen Jun themselves. She had lost 10 of the most brilliant years in her life because she had tried to take advantage of Chen Jun. As for Wang Yang, he had surely lost out after meeting Jiao Nan too. With such a comparison, Qiao Zijin no longer thought that she was that pitiful. Wasn't Wang Yang even more miserable? 10 million is not enough? How much do you want? Wang Yang thought that he was going to go crazy because of Qiao Zijin and Qiao Nan. The Qiao sisters were greedy b******. What was different was that Qiao Zijin showed how b******tchy she was on the surface, while Qiao Nan hid it well. Ever since that will made its appearance, Wang Yang had been reflecting on why he hadn't kept a close enough eye on Zhu Qinqi, giving him the opportunity to draft such a will. But what angered Wang Yang the most was that Zhu Qinqi was a capable man with a high position. It was no surprise that he wasn't able to win Zhu Qinqi, but who was Qiao Nan? What gave her the right to inherit Zhu Qinqi's assets? And why did he insist on getting her as his goddaughter? Wang Yang felt that it was reasonable to suspect that Qiao Nan had gone to Zhu Qinqi and made a huge show behind his back. If Qiao Nan had never gotten in touch with Zhu Qinqi behind his back, why would Zhu Qinqi have come up with such a foolish and unreasonable will that left all of the Zhu family's assets to an outsider like Qiao Nan? Because she had had many experiences being abandoned, it was a fresh experience for Qiao Zijin to abandon someone for a change. She withdrew her arm. Wang Yang, have I not made myself clear? Don't talk about 10 million yuan. Even if you offer me 100 million yuan, I don't want it anymore. Anyway, there was no way she would get it even if she did want it. In short, that sum of money would have nothing to do with her no matter what happened. Knowing that she wouldn't get that sum of money, Qiao Zijin's heart ached. It was a sum that she would never be able to earn in her entire lifetime. But the problem was that Wang Yang was even more pitiful than she was. As such, Qiao Zijin felt comforted. This was the second reason behind agreeing to have a chat with Wang Yang. Happiness came from comparison. Although she wouldn't be able to get 10 million yuan, that was nothing in comparison to Wang Yang's predicament. She had nothing to do with the Zhu family. In fact, they had never even met. As for Wang Yang, he was the Zhu family's biological nephew, and Wang Yang's mother was even Zhu Qinqi's biological sister. Zhu Qinqi didn't have a son either, and it had always been Wang Yang taking care of him. In that way, it was only expected that the Zhu family's assets would go to Wang Yang after Zhu Qinqi's death. But now, it seemed as though Wang Yang wouldn't even get a single cent. This was true misery. Because she had been comforted, Qiao Zijin felt that she would be able to return to Pingcheng with peace in her heart. What Qiao Zijin was grateful for was that Wang Yang had already given her a sum of money when he had first approached her. Qiao Zijin had already done her calculations. The money that she had spent during her stay in the capital, including her hospitalization bills, had not gone beyond that sum of money that Wang Yang had given her. In that case, she had lost nothing apart from a bit of time. As for her failed marriage to Chen Jun, Qiao Zijin no longer wanted to think about it. Having laughed at Wang Yang and sought comfort from him, Qiao Zijin left with light steps to pack up. Because she had paid for 3 months' worth of rent and made a deposit of 1 month's rent, there was no way she could recover all her money. Still, whatever she could recover was enough for her. She had earned it through her hard work. Wang Yang was infuriated at Qiao Zijin's attitude. The moment Qiao Zijin left, he slammed 200 yuan bills on the table and headed directly home. Li Yian had initially wanted to ask about the situation, but she chose to keep her curiosity to herself upon seeing Wang Yang's dark expression. Dear, what shall we do now? These two Jiaos are too amazing. I wonder if Jiao Zijin agreed to help us because she was already in cahoots with Jiao Nan to stir up trouble for us. Chapter 2295, Annoying Old Man. Otherwise, how could Jiao Zijin have agreed to sell her family out for the sake of money to begin with? It had only been a few days, and all Jiao Zijin had to do was to have a chat with Jiao Nan. Then, that huge sum of money would be hers. But Jiao Zijin had refused without even giving it a second thought. There was no way Jiao Zijin had suddenly grown a conscience and become a virtuous person. Don't worry. It was exactly because the court date was fast approaching that he couldn't afford to panic. I don't understand others, but I'm all too clear about the kind of person Jiao Zijin is. It's not that Jiao Zijin won't be willing to be in cahoots with Jiao Nan, but Jiao Nan would never bother about someone like Jiao Zijin. Jiao Zijin is someone who only cares about her own interests, whereas Jiao Nan would never be bribed by Jiao Zijin. So, there's no way they would have colluded. I'm guessing that Jiao Zijin still thinks that my offer is too low, and that's why she rejected me today. Was 10 million still insufficient for her? Someone as greedy as Jiao Zijin was sure to come to a horrible end one day. Li Yian was not as angry or worried upon hearing that all Jiao Zijin wanted was more money. Dear, how much are you willing to give her? Given a choice, Li Yian would much prefer Jiao Zijin throw out a specific price instead of being wishy-washy about it. Otherwise, they would always live in fear. The problem was that Li Yian had a slight understanding of Wang Yang's temper now that she had been married to him for years. Wang Yang was a conceited person. This had a huge correlation to his experiences growing up. Wang Yang's family might not have been as well off as the Zhu family, but they had been much better off than average families. Besides, the high standards of the Zhu family benefited Wang Yang too. After all, Wang Yang's mother was Zhu Qinqi's younger sister. Afterward, he had even plotted Zhu Baoquo's death, becoming the closest younger relative to Zhu Qinqi. Up until the appearance of that will, Wang Yang had gotten everything he had ever wanted. In fact, Wang Yang had always managed to take advantage of others to suit himself. That had been the case with Zhu Baoquo as well as Zhu Qinqi's intention to take Jiao Nan in as his goddaughter. He had managed to put a halt to it just in time by getting Chen Jun to date her. Success had always come so easily, and Wang Yang had always been the one manipulating others. But now, Wang Yang had to take instructions from Jiao Zijin as to how much money she wanted for the sake of this lawsuit. Wang Yang's pride would never allow Jiao Zijin to step over his head. He didn't think that Jiao Zijin had such a right to do so in front of him. It was only because he had given Jiao Zijin an opportunity that she was useful for once. If he hadn't given her this chance, Jiao Zijin would remain a leech to Jiao Nan for the rest of her life. In that case, how could someone as useless as Jiao Zijin act so haughtily in front of him? To be honest, Wang Yang had had the urge to slap Jiao Zijin to death earlier. It was the Jiao family's business that they had tolerated Jiao Zijin's attitude, but he would never allow Jiao Zijin to be so brazen in front of him. There's no hurry. If she's really that capable, she can board the bus back to Pingcheng tomorrow. I want to see if Jiao Zijin can really be so carefree about the 10 million yuan. This was a test of their patience. If Wang Yang approached Jiao Zijin first, she would naturally get to decide on the price. On the other hand, if Jiao Zijin could no longer hold it in and approached Wang Yang first instead of going back to Pingcheng, Wang Yang would easily be able to shake Jiao Zijin off with just an extra million or two. Wang Yang had hired Jiao Zijin to help him out. As her boss, it didn't make sense for him to need to depend on Jiao Zijin's mood. Since Wang Yang was the head of the family and insisted on doing that, Li Yian could only listen to him. As such, Li Yian had no response other than silence. Li Yian was different from Wang Yang. She had had personal interactions with Jiao Nan and had a slight understanding of Jiao Nan. Before interacting with Jiao Nan, she had thought that Jiao Nan would choose to take however much money she could since she hadn't worked hard for it anyway. Besides, they hadn't shut her down with a firm price either. As long as Jiao Nan was open to discussion, a few more millions wouldn't matter to them. The problem was that Jiao Nan had never been receptive to any discussion. Because she had had experiences with Jiao Nan, Li Yian felt that Jiao Zijin could be telling the truth about returning to Pingcheng. After all, Jiao Nan was not an average person. She had met countless people over the course of her life, and it was only Jiao Nan who was particularly tricky to handle. She had been full of confidence about getting that 5 million yuan reward previously, but after learning that Jiao Zijin had spent the new year in the capital, her confidence had dropped. It was only after interacting with Jiao Nan that she realized how Jiao Nan truly was as a person. Li Yian knew that she would never have the confidence to promise Wang Yang about successfully persuading Jiao Nan even if she had 2 more months to do so, much less when the court date was in another 2 days' time. She knew that she would never be able to convince Jiao Nan to agree to their terms and give up the Zhu family's inheritance. If she couldn't handle Jiao Nan, Jiao Zijin would probably be in the same boat. Since she had already decided to give up the 5 million yuan, 10 million probably didn't make much of a difference to Jiao Zijin. It was not that she didn't want money. It was just that it didn't belong to her. Li Yian wisely chose not to voice out her thoughts upon seeing how sullen Wang Yang was. Anyway, Wang Yang would probably not believe her even if she were to explicitly state that Jiao Zijin had no way of convincing Jiao Nan either. In that case, it was better if she remained silent. The couple went to bed with this stifling atmosphere, not caring about the other. This was completely different from Jiao Nan and Zai Sheng, who were sharing a hot and passionate night. Compared to the cold and lonely night Wang Yang and his wife had, Jiao Nan realized that she had already missed her first lesson of the day the moment she awoke the next morning. At the thought of that, Jiao Nan had the urge to hammer that annoying old man, Zai Sheng, to death. Chapter 2296, Marvel. Zai Sheng was already in his 40s and would turn 50 in another few years' time. Besides, Zai Sheng was a soldier and probably had hidden injuries and old wounds all over his body. Logically, shouldn't Zai Sheng have gotten less energetic as he aged? After making a comparison between the Zai Sheng in her dream and the Zai Sheng in reality, Jiao Nan realized that Zai Sheng was no less energetic in bed as he had been in his 20s to 30s. Apart from being slightly impatient when they had first gotten married, Zai Sheng had now mastered his skills of being in bed. Moreover, he even had as much strength and endurance as any other young man. Perhaps, it was because of Zai Sheng's age that he was so adept. Every time they did it in bed, Jiao Nan felt as though Zai Sheng treated her as his enemy. Not only did he use extreme force, but he even plotted against her to press her down so much so that she felt as though she couldn't even wake up the next morning. It was ridiculous. As expected, one could not provoke old men. Ah! The 3 children, who hadn't seen their mother, started throwing tantrums early in the morning. They didn't even spend much time with their mom throughout the day, and now, their mom wasn't even hugging them or kissing them in the morning either. Because she had finally seen her mom, San Bao's chubby hands kept pushing Zai Sheng's face away, yearning to jump right out of her father's embrace. She kicked her father's leg with those strong legs of hers, wanting to run into her mom's embrace. Seeing how San Bao was kicking such a sensitive area, Jiao Nan couldn't help but cheer her daughter on inwardly, hoping that she would kick her father more accurately. That way, she might catch herself a few days' break. Zai Sheng seemed to have guessed what Jiao Nan was thinking and he stared at her provocatively. He patted his daughter's little backside before granting his daughter's wish of being carried by Jiao Nan. The moment San Bao entered her mom's embrace, she rejoiced and squirmed around before drooling all over Jiao Nan's face. Jiao Nan felt her daughter's passionate welcome. San Bao must miss me very much. She didn't mind her daughter's saliva all over her. No parent would hate their children slobbering all over them, much less Jiao Nan, who loved her children so deeply. Even though she was a cleanliness freak, she quickly got used to this situation. Xiao Nan calmly took the paper towel over from Zai Sheng, wanting to wipe the saliva from her face. Who would have expected Zai Sheng to pinch Xiao Nan's finger suggestively as he handed the paper towel to Xiao Nan? Zai Sheng hadn't forgotten about Xiao Nan's gaze earlier. Nan had gone overboard for hoping that their daughter would kick him in that area. Naturally, it was only right for her to be punished for that. Otherwise, how would they set a good example for their children in the future? Yee! San Bao had no idea what her mom was saying, but that didn't matter to San Bao. She knew that her mom was chatting and playing with her. Having gotten her mother's attention, San Bao was over the moon and a wide smile was plastered across her face. She coquettishly nuzzled in her mom's embrace, refusing to leave. Xiao Nan's heart melted upon seeing San Bao's actions. Miao Jing said sourly, "Aya, San Bao, do you only like your mom and not grandma? Grandma's hurt." Oh, Bao grabbed hold of Miao Jing's collar to pull himself up. Seeing Bao trying to stand up, Miao Jing anxiously held on to Bao's backside to help him up. After embracing Miao Jing's neck, Bao stroked Miao Jing's face with his tiny hands. Then, he slobbered all over Miao Jing and smiled at her. Miao Jing was both angry and amused. As she wiped off the saliva from her face, she said, "Bao, are you trying to coax grandma so that I won't be angry at San Bao? Our Bao is such a good elder brother. Bao, when you grow up, you have to take good care of your younger sister. Do you understand?" Miao Jing had never been truly angry to begin with. And because of her second grandson coaxing her in this way, Miao Jing's heart had practically melted. Zai Yayawai, who was carrying his eldest grandson, was at a loss for words because of his wife's behavior. He stroked De Bao's back and said gently, "De Bao, let's not learn from your grandma." Ever since their 3 grandchildren had joined the family, Miao Miao had regressed by the day. Perhaps, it wouldn't be Miao Miao coaxing the triplets one day. It would be the triplets coaxing their grandma instead. Given the sight before him, Zai Yayawai felt that it wouldn't be long before that happened. When that time came, he would have to rely on his 3 grandchildren to do the job. De Bao looked calmly at his grandpa, blinking before yawning. He had watched this scene unfold for too long. Besides, he had gotten his fill of milk and was a little sleepy now. Having learned to take care of babies, Zai Yayawai immediately allowed De Bao to lean entirely against him. He stroked De Bao's back and even shook his leg gently. As expected, De Bao fell into a deep sleep within a minute in such a comfortable environment. The routine of the 3 children was pretty much set. Once De Bao fell asleep, both Bao and San Bao started yawning as well, and their eyelids drooped so much that they were no longer able to fight against it. It had been half a year since the birth of the triplets. The adults in the family had all become adept at coaxing the children to sleep. Besides, the Zai family's triplets were easily coaxed to bed. Once they were sleepy, it took no more than a minute to get them to sleep without any trouble. Compared to those children who cried all day, the Zai family's children were easy to take care of. After placing the 3 children down in their cribs, Miao Jing told Xiao Nan, "It's quite late. Don't go to school today. Don't worry. I've already made a call on your behalf and applied for leave." Miao Jing had gone through that stage of life too. Although Zai Sheng had reluctantly agreed to marry Qiu Chenxi in the past, he had never so much as touched Qiu Chenxi. After learning that there were men who loved other men in this world, Miao Jing couldn't help but be afraid that her son, Zai Sheng, didn't actually like women every time he refused to go on a blind date or get married. Otherwise, how could he not have that impulse at all? Besides, Zai Sheng had been young and at the peak of his life at that time. Chapter 2297, Get Someone Else's Help. Although it had happened a little late, Miao Jing had finally confirmed that her son did, in fact, like women after he had gotten married to Xiao Nan. Now, All Miaojing had to say was that Zai Sheng was identical to the young Zai Yaowai. They were wolves the moment they shut the door and went to bed. Because of her experience with Zai Yaowai in her youth, Miaojing was especially unconfident in Zai Yaowai, misunderstanding that Zai Yaowai's true love was Chu Chenxi's mother, Qi Minlan. To Zai Yaowai, she was simply a wife that he had married to have children with for the sake of his father. It was only because of the need to have children that Zai Yaowai was slightly passionate in bed with her. Once that ended, he simply turned away from her. Not only did he not talk to her for the rest of the night, but he even treated her extremely coldly. That was why the only interaction they had was that exercise they did in bed together. Women had feelings and their minds easily ran astray. They often worried that their men didn't like them if they didn't touch them. But if their men did touch them, they would worry that their men only liked their bodies. In fact, those men would probably make do with any other woman. It didn't have to be them in that place. Without verbal communication throughout the process, they were doing no more than satisfying man's most primitive desires no matter how passionate they got in bed. Thankfully, Miaojing had asked Zai Yaowai a similar question after clearing up the misunderstanding. Zai Yaowai had had no idea that he had allowed Miaojing to come up with such a misunderstanding. He swore that he would never even touch a strand of another woman's hair, much less commit such an act with her. He had indeed gotten rather close with Qi Minlan for a period of time, even seemingly becoming a couple. But Zai Yaowai knew that he had never even touched a corner of Qi Minlan's clothes, much less Qi Minlan. He had always refused to even hold Qi Minlan's hand. The situation had been completely different in the past. As such, he had even told Qi Minlan that it wouldn't be good for them to hold hands while they were outside. Even married couples were easily mistaken for hooligans if they got too intimate outside. Before getting married to Miaojing, Zai Yaowai had always thought that he had insisted on doing so out of respect for Qi Minlan. But only after his marriage did Zai Yaowai realize that his previous thoughts were nothing but nonsense. It was possible for men to feel impulsive and desire a woman even if they didn't like that woman. But if men didn't have any of such thoughts toward a woman, it was obvious that they had no feelings for that woman at all. When he had first gotten married, Zai Yaowai felt that he could lie in bed all day with Miaojing if not for the fact that he had to return to the military. It was exactly because Zai Yaowai had to return to the military that the couple hardly spent much time together. Even so, Zai Yaowai had always tried to bed Miaojing as quickly as possible, so much so that the couple hadn't even had more than 3 conversations with each other by the time Zaihua had been born. That was exactly why Miaojing's thoughts had run wild because of Qi Minlan, and Zai Sheng's relationship with Chu Chenxi had been ruined too. Talking about her youth made Miaojing act like an 18-year-old teenager, and she easily got angry at Zai Yaowai, who then had to appease her. Perhaps, it was their way of making up for their regrets in their youth. Because they had finally cleared the air and had more chats with each other, Miaojing had finally understood Zai Yaowai's true feelings. As such, even though they were advanced in age, Miaojing and Zai Yaowai's married life was no different from a couple in their honeymoon stage. It was so sweet that even young people would be envious of them. Because of Zai Yaowai's bad deeds, Miaojing had gained an even deeper understanding of her son, Zai Sheng. Zai Sheng was Zai Yaowai's son, after all. The father and son were probably 2 peas in a pod in that aspect. What Miaojing was grateful for was that the relationship between her daughter-in-law and son was very good. She knew that her daughter-in-law would never mistake her son's impulse as lust without love. Xiaonan couldn't help but blush as her mother-in-law mentioned taking leave. But when she saw how Zai Sheng, who was to be blamed for everything, remained indifferent, Xiaonan gritted her teeth and had to resist the urge to bite Zai Sheng. How could he be so shameless? He was almost 50, and yet, he was nowhere as mature as someone that age. He was as energetic as a 30-year-old man. Were men all like that? But whether it was in her dream or in reality, Xiaonan had only had experience marrying Zai Sheng alone. Because she had no basis for comparison, Xiaonan couldn't think of an answer to her question. Zai Sheng naturally understood what Jiao Nan's gaze meant, but he didn't think that he had crossed the line. It was completely understandable for him to be slightly more passionate since he had gotten married so late in life. If he didn't give his wife all that stored-up affection, who would he give it to? Zai Sheng stroked Jiao Nan's head. Xiao Zijin's returning to Pingcheng today. What? She's returning? Are you serious? Was Xiao Zijin no longer interfering in her lawsuit against Wang Yang to get a huge sum of money from Wang Yang? Had Xiao Zijin really gotten angry at Wang Yang just because of what she had told her that she was willing to give up that sum of money? Xiao Nan didn't think that was Xiao Zijin's style at all. What could be more important than money to Xiao Zijin? Yes, the bus at 9:30. It should already have departed from the capital. It was not difficult for either Zai Sheng or Wang Yang to find out which bus Xiao Zijin had taken. But less than 10 minutes after the bus departed, Wang Yang tried to chase after it. Xiao Nan pursed her lips. Wang Yang already knew that Xiao Zijin had purchased a ticket back to Pingcheng. It wasn't likely that he had only found out about it at the very last minute. After all, Li Yan no longer contacted her. That meant that Xiao Zijin was Wang Yang's only hope now. Probably. He searched it up yesterday. Wang Yang waited 10 minutes before chasing after that bus? I guess he must have thought that Xiao Zijin was only threatening him to raise the price, and he was trying to teach Xiao Zijin a lesson. Who would have known that Xiao Zijin had been entirely serious and Wang Yang had been overly confident? Xiao Zijin had, in fact, boarded the bus back to Pingcheng. Wang Yang could try his best to chase the bus, but there was no way Xiao Zijin could get off the bus along the way and get another bus to take her back to the capital. Zai Sheng knew what Jiao Nan was laughing about. That's probably what happened. Chapter 2298, Get Someone Else's Help, 2. Whether it was about Xiao Zijin or Zhu Jinqi, Wang Yang had been overly confident. As a result, Wang Yang had not gotten all of the Zhu family's assets as he had expected. Similarly, Xiao Zijin had not been lying to Wang Yang. She had boldly left the capital without wasting any time even with the benefits that Wang Yang had offered her. In reality, no one had expected Xiao Zijin to have been this decisive. It wasn't only Wang Yang. Even Zai Sheng had thought that Xiao Zijin had been threatening Wang Yang when he first heard the news. It was only when Xiao Zijin boarded the bus and left the capital did Zai Sheng finally realize how serious Xiao Zijin was this time. This doesn't have anything to do with us. Wang Yang and Xiao Zijin aren't good people anyway. We'll leave them to deal with their own matters. Miao Jing was able to let this go. Wang Yang had wronged the Zhu family, and Xiao Zijin had wronged Jiao Nan. Miao Jing felt that it was only right for Xiao Zijin to leave quietly without disturbing Jiao Nan. After all, Jiao Nan owed nothing to Xiao Zijin. It's just a dogfight. Zai Yaowai agreed with Miao Jing. Zai Sheng, have you made sure everything's in place for tomorrow's court hearing? Zai Yaowai had been old friends with Zhu Jinqi, after all. After learning about how Zhu Baoqiu had passed away, Zai Yaowai didn't want Wang Yang to have his way even if it was just to get revenge for his old friend. Privately, Zai Yaowai had warned Zai Sheng that he wouldn't be welcome home if he didn't settle this matter well. He was welcome to spend another 8 to 10 years training in the military before returning. He would be utterly embarrassing the Zai family if he couldn't even deal with such a useless thing like Wang Yang. Miao Jing patted Zai Yaowai on the back. Nonsense! How could someone like that be a match for our son? Don't try to put our own son down. Wang Yang couldn't be compared to Zai Sheng at all. Having been slapped, Zai Yaowai rolled his eyes at Zai Sheng. He had endured a slap while his son had been praised. Miao Miao was treating them so differently. Zai Sheng couldn't be bothered with his jealous father. They were pretty much in the same boat. His father had only one son, and his daughter wasn't even by his side. As for him, not only did he have 2 sons but also a daughter. Worse still, the 3 of them hadn't even learned to walk yet and couldn't be left alone. This meant that Nan Nan's mind was always on their children and not him every time she was at home. He had finally been able to get rid of his status as a bachelor at the age of 45. But he hadn't even spent much time alone with his wife before the three of them appeared. Zai Sheng's mood was much worse than Zai Yaowai's. Not only were children not adorable in the eyes of the Zai family's men, but they were even eyesores most of the time. Because Zai Sheng was finally back, Zai Yaowai thought that both he and Miaojing would finally get a break. Seeing Miaojing still busy with the three children, Zai Yaowai immediately said, "Why are you still interfering in this? Zai Sheng doesn't even spend much time at home. It's rare that he's back now. Let their family of 5 have their time together. Stop ruining their family reunion. The weather's pretty good today and the air pollution index doesn't seem too bad. Why don't we go out for a walk together?" Without their 3 grandchildren, he would finally get to spend some time with Miao Miao alone. Both he and Miao Miao were already so old. It was only right for them to rely on each other. Although Miaojing couldn't bear to leave her 3 chubby and adorable grandchildren, she felt that Zai Yaowai's words made sense. It was only because she and Zai Yaowai had not spent enough time with their children in the past that her children hadn't gotten close to them. That was why all those misunderstandings had come up. Miaojing didn't wish for her most beloved grandchildren to follow in Zai Sheng and Zai Hua's footsteps. Their happiness was of paramount importance. Having successfully taken his wife out to spend time alone with her, Zai Yaowai glanced at Zai Sheng, telling him to have an experience of that for himself before striding out of the room. It was such a rare chance, and Zai Yaowai thought that they could do more than just have a walk in the park. Perhaps, they could even search for a movie suitable for people their age so that they could take in that atmosphere once more. Although his mom had been abducted by his dad, Zai Sheng didn't think that his parents would have any time to themselves. Given how concerned his mom was about the 3 children, she would definitely bring them up in her conversations, even if it was just a tree or a cloud, let alone if she were to see any clothes suitable for them. Besides, the triplets were still too young. Zai Sheng didn't think that it would be inappropriate for him to be intimate with Jiaonan in front of them. Would they even understand what was going on? But facts proved that it didn't matter whether the triplets understood the intentions behind those actions. They were good at mimicking others. After Zai Sheng planted a kiss on Jiaonan's lips, Bao tilted his head and grabbed onto Jiaonan's clothes to stand up. Then, he tried to plant a kiss on Jiaonan's lips as well. Zai Sheng's gaze darkened and he stretched out to push Bao's head away. Jiaonan quickly slapped Zai Sheng's hand away. Even though Bao had moved away, he had still managed to land a kiss on the edges of Jiaonan's lips. Then, he let out a gleeful laugh, giving no care to his father who had tried to get in his way. Jiaonan was exasperated because of Bao and Zai Sheng. "Can you father and son stop it? Especially you, brother Zai. You're almost 50 and you're picking a fight with Bao? He's only 5 months old. And you're even his father." One was an old man of 50, while the other was a young man of 5 months. Jiaonan was so frustrated by the pair that she had the urge to punch someone. They were truly father and son. Not a single one of them was obedient to her. "Nonsense. I'm 45. Zai Sheng frowned, thinking about a joke that his soldiers had told him. The triplets were his accidental children that had come late in life. Zai Sheng didn't feel that 45 was old at all. Didn't they say that men peaked at 40? But... Nan, do you think that I'm old? Was my performance last night not up to par? Jiaonan blushed. Thinking that the auntie wouldn't hear anything since she was busy in the kitchen, she landed angry slaps on Zai Sheng. "You're going to court tomorrow and I have to go to school tomorrow. If it happens again today, I'm sleeping with the triplets. You can sleep in the study." Chapter 2299, Get Someone Else's Help, 3. Old? She couldn't even handle it when this man got vicious. "And you'd better not say such things in front of the children. I'm not so open-minded. I'm not intending on exposing the 3 children to this at such a young age. After Qiaonan refused him several times in succession, Zai Sheng understood Qiaonan was serious. You know just how much time I spend at home. The 3 of them are getting in our way. Why don't we send them to childcare after the new year? Nonsense. They're still so young. They'll probably just have learned to walk and speak by then. Qiaonan disagreed to send the 3 children to childcare so early so that teachers could take care of their children on their behalf. It was not as though she was really busy. She could always take care of the children herself. She wanted to spend as much time as possible with the triplets before they grew up. Qiaonan knew that it wasn't the 3 children who wouldn't be able to leave her. She was the one who wouldn't be able to leave the children. They won't be young anymore. They'll be 3 next year, Zai Sheng replied unhappily. Qiaonan was furious and couldn't help but knock her head against Zai Sheng's embrace. Do you mean that the triplets are already 2 years old to you? The triplets had been born at the end of the year and they were only 5 months old. But they had, in fact, turned 2 years old while they were only 2 months old. As such, the triplets would be 3 years old by the end of next year even though they were technically only a year and a half. Thinking about how Zai Sheng was trying to use this as an excuse to send the triplets to childcare for teachers to take care of them, Qiaonan had the urge to get into a fight with Zai Sheng. He was clearly trying to deprive her of the chance of spending time with the triplets. Zai Sheng was being terribly fascist to do that. Ha ha ha, San Bao's tender voice rang out. She probably thought that her parents were playing around and thus crawled over toward her father while giggling. Qiaonan's heart melted as she heard San Bao's little voice. Qiaonan picked San Bao up into her embrace. Brother Zai, has San Bao learned to crawl? San Bao, your mom's good girl. Why are you so amazing? Your elder brothers haven't even learned to crawl but you've already learned to do it. Qiaonan gently caressed San Bao's little tummy, delighting San Bao even more. Bao squirmed and tried to enter his mom's embrace too. De Bao, on the other hand, had given it some thought and propelled his little body forward with his hands and feet. It seemed as though he had learned to crawl too. Qiaonan happily picked De Bao up and planted several kisses on his cheek. Your mom's little treasure. There's no hurry. You're still so young. Your arms and legs don't have enough strength yet. You'll surely learn to crawl when you get older. Qiaonan knew that her 3 children were healthy. Even though they were triplets, they had not grown any less than an average child. Now that they were older, they were very different from how they had been at birth. Perhaps, it was because of the Zai family's genes that not one of the triplets was short. Even San Bao had grown to 1.67 meters in her previous lifetime. As for De Bao and Bao, they had all been handsome young men above 1.8 meters. Qiaonan believed that her 3 children would be no different from gods and goddesses once they grew up if she raised them well. Bao was upset. De Bao and San Bao were horrible, especially De Bao. They had snatched their mom's attention. De Bao eyed Bao in disdain. How could he blame others for being smart if he was so stupid? And this stupid fool was even his brother. San Bao watched on in delight as her elder brothers fought with each other, stuffing her mom's hair into her mouth. San Bao, be good. Hair isn't to be eaten. Qiaonan saved her hair from San Bao's mouth in the nick of time. San Bao. Is your gum itchy, or are you hungry? Let mom feel it. Since San Bao's stomach didn't feel empty, Qiaonan took out 3 pieces of biscuit for each of the children. They were still unweaned and hadn't become gods or goddesses just yet, so the 3 children were passionate about eating. Their mom was first in their eyes. Food came next. It was a perfect ranking. Why is someone stopping the bus? Unlike Qiaonan, who was having the time of her life at home, Wang Yang hadn't resolved his issue with Qiao Zijin. Knowing that Qiao Zijin had indeed left on the bus back to Pingchang 10 minutes ago, Wang Yang had no choice but to chase after it, even going to the extent of stopping the bus. The situation had upset most of the passengers on the bus. After all, they were all rushing to their destinations. They had always gotten on the expressway but had been stopped at the junction. What was going on? Even the driver frowned as he honked his horn continuously, in hopes that the car in front of him would move aside. If a car were to knock into him from behind and he knocked into the car in front, whose fault would it be? "Sorry, sir. Please open the door. I'm looking for someone." Wang Yang was terribly embarrassed. He had never done something as embarrassing as this in his entire life. He truly looked down on Xiao Zijin, and because of that, Wang Yang's mood was probably worse than that of all of the passengers in the bus. "Don't worry. It won't take long." Xiao Zijin, who had been preparing to go to sleep after flipping through her magazine, frowned as she heard Wang Yang's voice. Then, she laughed. Was Wang Yang chasing after her? Just as Xiao Zijin expected, Wang Yang headed straight for her the moment the driver allowed him up. "Xiao Zijin, follow me to the capital. We can talk things through. F***ck. It's a couple's conflict. Can you please settle your own problems? We're in a hurry." "They don't look like a couple. That man looks much younger than that woman. Is it a May-December romance?" Wang Yang had already been in a bad mood initially. He felt insulted that someone had mistaken him and Xiao Zijin as a couple. "Xiao Zijin, hurry and get off the bus with me." Wang Yang was in no mood to explain himself. Anyway, he would never meet these people again once he got off the bus with Xiao Zijin, so there was really no need to waste any time explaining his relationship with Xiao Zijin at this moment. Xiao Zijin refused. "Don't. How embarrassing it is for everyone to misunderstand us. There's nothing left to discuss. I really can't help you. If you really have the money, you can always find someone else to help you." Chapter 2300, Not Raising the Price. Do you have to be afraid of not being able to find someone to help you if you are willing to pay them? Otherwise, you can simply hire a few more capable lawyers. Tisk. She finally understood that Jiaonan had a much higher chance of getting the Zhu family's money. No matter how much Wang Yang offered her now, there was still no certainty over whether Wang Yang would be able to get a cent in the first place. Of course, she hoped that Wang Yang would win against Jiaonan so that that sum of money would be hers. But because of everything that had happened in the past 2 years, Xiao Zijin had realized something. As long as Jiaonan was involved, it wouldn't end well for the other party, no matter who it was. She had also found out that Zai Sheng's ex-wife had tried to reconcile with him before Jiaonan had gotten married to him. Zai Sheng's first wife had a background that matched the Zai family's. Even so, she had lost out to someone like Jiaonan and had failed at remarrying Zai Sheng. If Zai Sheng's ex-wife hadn't even been able to succeed, how could Wang Yang possibly succeed? As such, no matter how beautiful a picture Wang Yang painted, they were nothing more than empty words. Besides, Jiaonan was too evil. It was unlikely that Wang Yang would ever win against Jiaonan. It was better for her to let go and cut her losses as soon as possible. Otherwise, her expenses would definitely exceed what Wang Yang had initially given her. Would Wang Yang still be able to pay her once he lost that case? Even a fool would know that that was impossible. Jiaonan was evil, and Wang Yang's chances of winning were close to zero. Neither did she want to spend her own money dealing with this matter. After some consideration, Xiao Zijin felt that it was better for her to cut her losses by leaving as soon as possible. Whether or not he won, Wang Yang had to give her 10 million yuan. Otherwise, there was no point in her interfering in the matter anymore. "Xiao Zijin, I already said that we can discuss this once we get off the bus." Wang Yang was in a foul mood with so many pairs of curious eyes on him. He didn't think that Xiao Zijin was being truthful. How could she possibly bear to give up 10 million yuan? "What I said yesterday still stands. We can still discuss the price now." For the first time, Xiao Zijin had a sense of how Jiaonan felt when dealing with her and Ding Ji. Had she not already made herself clear? Why was Wang Yang behaving as though he understood nothing and even insisting on dragging her off the bus? Sorry, sir, but I don't really know this guy well. Could you get him off the bus? I'm in a hurry to get home. Wang Yang's words had been rather vague. It seemed as though they had gotten into an argument, but it always seemed as though they were discussing a business deal. None of the bystanders could figure out the relationship between the two of them. Sir, why don't you get off first? Look at all these passengers. We can't possibly waste everyone's time because of you. The driver chased Wang Yang off the bus after giving it some thought. He could tell that the two of them didn't share a particularly close relationship. Qiao Zijin was a woman, after all, and most would stand on the woman's side in such situations. Wang Yang's face was flushed with anger. Are you sure you're going back to Pingcheng? Once you leave, you'll never get a second chance. You'd better take this opportunity when you still can. This is my last warning to you. How much do you want? Up until now, Wang Yang still thought that Qiao Zijin's insistence was because she wanted a higher offer. Wang Yang had no other choice. Whoever admitted defeat first would lose. Compared to Qiao Zijin, he had much more at stake. Naturally, he was the more anxious one between the two of them. Qiao Zijin was still calm, but Wang Yang was not. Even though it was highly unlikely that Qiao Zijin would be able to persuade Qiao Nan, Wang Yang could not bear to give up on that slightest bit of hope he had. After all, Qiao Nan was crazy and abnormal in Wang Yang's eyes. She was already an old woman in her 40s. But she didn't have any close friends or family by her side. Although Li Yan had gotten to know Qiao Nan this year, she had made no progress in their friendship aside from a couple of meals with Qiao Nan over the course of a few months. Because Qiao Nan had no close friends by her side, Wang Yang's best bet was her relative, even though that relative didn't share a close relationship with her. If the triplets had been slightly older, Wang Yang could have taken advantage of them. But the triplets were only 5 months old. What could they do apart from eating? Even toys didn't mean much to them at this age. Left with no other choice, Wang Yang was naturally unwilling to let go of even Qiao Zijin. With Qiao Zijin around, Wang Yang still had the slightest bit of hope of convincing Qiao Nan to give up the inheritance, at the very least. If Qiao Zijin were to leave, he would have no choice but to go through with the lawsuit. Just like what Qiao Zijin had said, he could have hired the most powerful and capable lawyers to fight this lawsuit for him instead of wasting his breath on Qiao Zijin. His offer to Qiao Zijin was not low at all. Even if he couldn't hire a team, he could hire a capable one, at the very least. The problem was that both Wang Yang and Qiao Zijin were clear that Qiao Zijin would only be able to take that sum of money if she succeeded, whether it was 5 or 10 million yuan. In other words, if Qiao Zijin failed and Wang Yang got the Zhu family's assets through other means, Wang Yang's promise to Qiao Zijin wouldn't hold, and Qiao Zijin wouldn't receive a single cent from him. This sum of money hinged on Qiao Zijin's success. If Qiao Zijin were to succeed, and Wang Yang got all of the Zhu family's assets, it would be easy for Wang Yang to give Qiao Zijin 10 million yuan, let alone 5 million. But hiring a lawyer didn't work in this way. The better a lawyer was, the higher his price would be. The problem was that this price didn't depend on a promised condition. It was a transaction. Whether they won the case, Wang Yang would have to pay the lawyer nonetheless. In fact, he could even propose to pay the lawyer a specified percentage of his winnings to encourage the lawyer. But that certain cut of his winnings would depend on whether he won the lawsuit. With such a comparison, it was clear that there was no risk in engaging Qiao Zijin's help, and it would even be the most cost-effective method. If he could use this method on lawyers and only pay them if they won his case, while not paying them a single cent if they lost, Wang Yang would have hired the best lawyers in the world to fight this lawsuit for him. Qiao Zijin opened a bottle of water. I won't raise my price. Let's just go with your original offer.